Hello, fellow Voyagers. Jess here with Odyssey Human, here today to talk about how to overcome manifesting roadblocks. Welcome to the channel. This is a place where we help you hack through the jungles of consciousness so that you can discover the hidden treasures inside of you. My friends, it's all there, ready and waiting to be activated by you. If that sounds good, please subscribe. I'd love to have you join the channel. Another announcement, I've also started doing shorts on Mondays. So I'll be releasing a short on Monday and the full video on Fridays still. So take a look at those shorts. And today's topic is commonly what we hear from people in the manifesting community and the reality creation community of just hitting roadblocks, right? That their desire isn't materializing, that, you know, they've given up, that they get hot and cold results. Remember that all is imagination. This is all imagination, right? We're living in a waking reality of imagination. And in the video I made last week about the secrets of manifesting masters, that was the number one thing that masters do differently is they have changed their paradigm. Go ahead and check that video out above. I highly recommend it. Because when you have the perception that there is a roadblock, that something isn't working, that it's not going the way that you want it to, that's a paradigm problem. That is indicative that your paradigm, that A, there's things outside of you, B, that anything can stop you as source, right? You are the source of your imagination, of your own imaginative experience. It's coming through you. You are the one shaping it, creating it, fashioning it. And so, like, when you really grasp that as a paradigm and accept it and live by it, how then it doesn't make sense to feel like there's a roadblock, right? And so if you are someone who is having some challenges with reality creation, you're not getting there. You're not getting to the place that you want to be. It's a paradigm problem. There's part of you that is still playing, and I used to describe this as two different games, right? There's the 3D game where we have to bang things out and work really hard and challenges come up and adversity comes up, right? That's a very old way to think about things. When you think about them from the perspective that everything is imagination, just like in a nighttime dream, just like in a fantasy that you have while you're sitting at your desk at work and your mind wanders off. Are there roadblocks in those spaces, in your nighttime dreams and in your fantasizing? No. The only roadblocks are self-generated. There's something that you have perceived and labeled and now are acting out as a roadblock. There's never a roadblock. There is never anything preventing you because you are it. Your beingness, your imagination generates your experience day to day, moment to moment, in the present now. So if you feel like you're having roadblocks, we're thinking from the wrong paradigm, right? We're really still in a paradigm where roadblocks are possible and can actually stop us, right? But if we fully embrace that this is all imagination, and we venture into that paradigm and we really start to live from that place, you'll see the difference. You're not going to be like, oh, it's a roadblock. You're going to be like, oh, I just haven't accessed the reality of what I want and taken up residence there. You're going to recognize that any roadblocks are self-generated because you've given them that meaning, that interpretation, right? You've said, oh, this is a roadblock, and now you're acting as if this thing has power over you, whatever it is that you feel like has power over you. It doesn't, and only has power because you've given your power away to it. This often feels, when we adopt this new paradigm of everything is imagination, it feels like you're going out on a limb. It really does. It feels like you're going out on a limb and taking a chance. And it's a little scary at first, right? Because there's everything in imagination is a potential. We activate it when we imagine it, when we bring it up, when we breathe life into it by visualizing it, by thinking about it, by affirming it, right? All of the techniques that we use to shape our own imagination, right? But there's no roadblocks in that. There's no natural roadblocks. There's no natural challenges in that environment, in that paradigm, right? Because it's literally limitless potential. It's limitless potential where, just like in a nighttime dream, like anything can happen. And when we wake up from that, when we wake up and we're like, oh, I often used to have these dreams about not being able to fly. Like I was trying to fly and get away from some creature or bad situation. I was trying to fly and I couldn't. And that is an example of, I was perceiving myself being held back when really in a dream I can do whatever I want, right? And that was just a lack of awareness. It was just a lack of awareness momentarily in that dream where I felt like I can't fly, I can't get off the ground. But really, what was the potential, the greater potential of the dream state was that of course I can fly. But it was just a matter of awareness, of bringing additional awareness in that, okay, I can fly. I can do anything in the dream, right? So we need to bring this kind of awareness. We need to start to live lucidly. We need to start to really go out on a limb and embrace the paradigm that this is all imagination. We're all imagining ourselves, who we think we are, how we think we live is all imagination. And the more you lean into the new paradigm, the less you're going to perceive roadblocks. You will naturally be like, everything is imagination. I just need to find the potential where something is true for me. And remember that potential in imagination, right? We can't create or destroy potentials in imagination. We can't suddenly, in imagination, decide there are officially no more purple elephants in my imagination, right? We cannot take that away. And so the potential for what you want to already exist, to already be here, to already be present in your now, for you to be that version of yourself, you can't eliminate that potential. And there's a real solidity in that, of knowing like, okay, I can't eliminate it, so there's no way I can get this wrong. And I just need to find that feeling state. I need to find the feeling state in my imagination. Children are excellent at this. When you watch them play and they play with their imagination and they're like, I'm an astronaut and I'm a knight and they have all these wild claims when they're playing and they're having fun, and they totally lose themselves in it. They lean into it, right? They completely lose themselves in that, and they don't have this self-consciousness. And that's where we need to go in our own imaginations. We need to go out on that limb, because it feels exhilarating. Right? Just when the kids make these big claims, they're having fun. They're being wild and free and fun, carefree. We need to do that too, to not be afraid to go out on a limb in our imagination, to find the truth of what we want to be true, what we're desiring, what we're yearning for, the state that we want to embody, to locate that potential in our imagination. Locate it and then reside there. Like, make that our constant imaginative place that we frequent. Like that's really the game. That is the game that we're all playing. That is the essence of manifestation. That is how it's done. You find the truth in the potential that already exists, that is already there in imagination, that yes, this is correct and true and real and now, and It's here, and then you inhabit it. You inhabit that space, you go back to it, you literally forget about all the other options, right? Roadblocks aren't an option when you know how to do this because, yeah, they exist. You can't ever take away their potential and imagination, right? The potential is always there for you in imagination to imagine that you're being held back by something. That potential is always going to exist. It's just whether or not you go there in your own imagination, you make it real, you make it believable, you believe in it, and then you hold yourself back by participating in that imaginative scene that there is a roadblock. So, just as we can't eliminate that potential, we can't eliminate the potential of what we want. Go there, find the truth in it, take the chance, go out on a limb, because it's all the same, right? When we look at, even when you think about imagination, is one thing better in imagination than another? No. It's all equal playing ground. It's all from the same substance. It is all potentials, right? All these potentials, and navigating them is really the trick. That's the fun, the game, the challenge, the adventure of creating your own reality. It's just letting go of all the other old paradigms that you have held about how reality works. And so, again, I'm going to say at the end of this video, if you feel like you have a roadblock, it's not, you're believing more in that potential that a roadblock exists, that something can hold you back. Instead, find the potential where your desired state, what you want, who you want to be, is already there and true and real, because in imagination it is. And you can feel, as I talk about these things, I feel the toggling between belief in that kind of concrete 3D that you're trying to manipulate and massage versus really leaning into the belief that imagination is all. It's all. So, I know that was helpful. Drop a comment below if you would like to engage. And if you need a tool to help you recondition your mind, make it more peaceful, pleasant, a more wonderful place to be, go ahead and grab that below in the description box. It's always available to you for free. So thanks for watching. Bye.